Hi, it's Paul. Welcome to Abbott's tutorial on creating a document with print bleed. Bleed is required on any document that either needs colour or an image to go right to the edge of the paper. This tutorial concentrates on a common graphic design package called Adobe InDesign. So let's get started. Firstly, from the menu, we're going to choose a new document. So let's do that. Okay, from the document preset area, I'm going to choose custom to start with, and the number of pages for a business card is 1. We're going to create a business card today with some bleed. The size is for Australian business cards is 90 by 55 millimeters. That's the standard. And over here we're going to choose landscape as our orientation. For a business card, we don't usually work with columns, so we can skip straight over that area. And for margins, around about 3 millimeters is right. So we're just going to change that to 3. By having that chain linked as it is, you can just hit 3 in one column and hit the tab, and all of your fields change to 3 millimeters. Well, the important part for bleed is in here. So the bleed has been set to 5 millimeters, which is a good amount of space to allow for your bleed. At that point, what you can do is you can save this preset for future use, and today let's call it business card landscape. There we go. Alright, so from there we're going to create a new document by pressing OK. And there we have our card ready for inspiration. Okay, with our new document that we've just created, you can see some different coloured lines here, so I'll just go through those with you. The red outside line is what's called the bleed line, and what you want to do here is you want to extend any colour or any image out to this line that you want to go to the edge of the business card. So it should go out past the business card and extend right out to this red line as closely as possible all the way around. The black line is actually called the cut line, and that's actually the size of the business card. So this black line here indicates where the edge of the card is going to be cut. So that gives you an idea of where you are, and if we extend that colour right out to the red line, that's what we say when we say we need you to add bleed. On the inside here, there's a purple border here, margin, is actually for your text and for any logos that you want to safely print on the card. Anything that you don't want to be cut off the card, that you want safely on the card, should sit within this purple border. So what I've done for you is I've created a bit of a sample card, which I'm just going to pull up now, and we'll have a bit of a squiz at. There's a default font missing there. We can fix that in a minute. That's the fun of InDesign sometimes. Okay, so here we've got a business card. It's a coffee card. You can see here that that the background image extends out even past that red line. We can just drag that in like such and over, and that way it's more in keeping with a card with bleed. And here you can see that we wanted that coffee cup to actually cut off there, so when the card is printed you'll see just half a coffee cup on there. That's part of the design, and the text here is firmly within this orange, this purple margin here. Basically that's the view that you see with all the lines, but you can also go up to your view menu here, and in screen mode you can change it to preview, and it gets you a nice clean look at what your business card will look like when it's printed. Another thing, sometimes on screen the display performance is set to typical or fast. That allows you to move around the screen without waiting for the graphics to catch up, but you can put it onto high quality display as well, and that'll just sharpen up the edges of your images and your text as well. So you get a really good idea of what you're looking at and what you've just designed. Finally, let's package our business card to send to Abbott's for printing. Right, well now we have a card that is designed, and it's got bleed, and the text fits within the margins, so we're almost print ready. The last step that we do here is we create a PDF file from this document, and what that does is it locks in the fonts and flattens the layers so that you can upload it to abbott22.com or go to your local printer with this file and it's ready to print. So what we do here is we go up to the File menu and we go down to Export. Now, take note of where you're exporting to, so the Save In box, you can either go to your desktop or you might have a particular folder that you might want to save it to. Also notice down the bottom you've got a Save As type, and in this case we want to go Adobe PDF, but from InDesign there are different versions that you can export to, but in this case we want PDF. Okay, so we're going to name our file as well, being careful not to delete or go over the top of that file extension. So in this case we're going to call it businesscard.pdf. At this point we click Save, and what it's going to do is it's going to bring up some preferences on screen for us. Now Adobe are very kind and they've given us some PDF presets that make life a lot easier rather than going through all the options down the side. So in the Adobe PDF preset area here, we're going to hit the down arrow, and we either want one of these two. The PDF \X is basically the preferred format for printing, and what that does is it, as I mentioned before, it flattens all the layers on the card and it embeds all the fonts so that there's no opportunity for what's on screen not to be what you get printed. So in this case I'm going to choose PDF X3-2002, and at that point you just choose either, in this case this is a 3-page document, but today I just want to save the first page, so I'm just going to change the range and to page 1. Compression we don't have to worry about, that's already preset for us. But in marks and bleeds area, the two things we do want to add is one, the crop marks, which is basically telling us where the cut line on the card is, and the other is that we want to use the document bleed settings. We want the settings from that red line. So as you can see now, down the bottom, grayed out is a 5mm bleed, which is what we want. So finally, we press the export button, and it'll, in this case it's saying there's overset text. There might be some text that's missing off of this page. You check these messages before you go to PDF, but in this case it's fine. And now we're generating a PDF. Okay, so we're done. So basically the file is ready to send. This should now save a print-ready file to your desktop, ready to upload to abbott22.com. Thank you for participating in this tutorial. If you have any questions, please give me a call on 08 8340 3244.